Most of the headlines for the trade wars today involve tariffs and how companies and countries are responding to the new tariffs that are being levied seemingly now by everybody and against everybody. But more important is what's happening farther up the chain in raw materials and components, because it's at that part of the supply chain where China and the other BRICS countries hold enormous advantages. And the tariffs don't matter there much at all. Beginning in 2019, a consulting group began a 5-year analysis on the Pentagon's supply chain, spending, and weapons acquisition systems. Their takeaway is 3 bullet points that describe the unsettling dependence on Chinese companies for our own defense. Over 40% of the semiconductors and defense weapons systems and infrastructure come from China. All of our major missile systems have deep dependence on China suppliers. Everything from data links, electronics, propulsion, airframes. These are our most critical air-launched systems, and dozens of Chinese suppliers are building parts for them. Here are some headlines from Europe where they are significantly increasing defense spending. Airbus is one of the companies that's capitalizing on that trend and negotiating now for new defense and space orders. Airbus's order book increased 15% to about $16 billion, even before this recent big spike in spending. It's not just Airbus. Stock prices for European weapons makers are all jumping higher. European governments, defense contractors, investors, and even the journalists just accept uncritically that just because Europe wants to build weapons that they can. All the supply chains run through China. And what has China done that we do already know? China has an export ban on gallium, used to make weapons-grade semiconductors. China has an export ban on germanium, used in other semiconductors, satellite systems, and night vision equipment. China has an export ban on tungsten, used everywhere in ballistics, along with aircraft engines and missile guidance systems. China has an export ban on antimony, used in explosives. So where does this confidence come from? In the boardrooms of Airbus, and for all these investors who are bidding up the prices for these European weapons makers, that these new weapons platforms that Europe wants will be built. Without Chinese semiconductors, the US Navy ships don't know where to go, and our missiles don't fly. And China said they're not going to do that anymore. No more chips, no more raw materials to make them. So where does Europe think that they'll get them? And why isn't anyone else asking?